Welcome back to the Mike Saunders Project. I'm, of course, Mike Saunders, Jerry Kortfeld III, my wife, Basilia. And what movie did we watch?
Rage.
With Nicolas Cage and Danny Glover.
It rhymes. Saying starring Danny Glover is kind of a stretch. He's barely in it.
92 minutes. Budget was $25 million.
That was a long 92 minutes.
And this was from last year, 2014. Any thoughts or prayers before we start talking about the movie?
I wish we didn't watch it.
Anyway, we're going to show you the trailer for Rage right now.
Hi, sweetheart.
Hey, Daddy.
Caitlin, you're going to be staying home tonight, right?
Listen, we're just gonna hang out here, watch TV or something, but that is it.
Caitlin tried to get away. They said that she put up a hell of a fight. Think about your past. Who would have the inclination to do this?
Caitlin McGuire is 5'6", 105 pounds, long brown hair and blue eyes.
You find her. You just bring her.
I just don't want you falling back on any of your old habits. Pete, I'm out of the game. You know that. I know you. What did you do?
No child should have to pay for their father's sins.
Why are they after you? I do need some help.
Just how deep do you want this to go?
How deep is hell? We swore not to talk about it!
Anyway,
What a trailer.
so what are we going to get into? The plot? Let's do a plot synopsis. What do you guys think?
Nicolas
What do you think, gang?
Cage is some sort of businessman involved in construction. I'm not quite sure in what way.
You're right, it's never discussed. He has that hairstyle like a Dracula.
Yeah, he's got the Dracula hair, the comb back with receding hairline.
The Michael Keaton.
He looks really... Oh, you killed your controller.
Oh, I didn't.
He looks really old in this movie.
Well, it's 2014. He is old.
Works for construction now, and I guess he used to be some kind of hoodlum mob guy.
Oh, he's 51, that's it.
Oh, he's only 51.
Wow.
That's pretty young.
Maybe all the stress of being a debt is getting to him.
Being a dick. All the stress of being a dick.
A debt.
So, he's got a daughter and a wife, and it's like his second wife, which has barely anything to do with the movie. And, he's going out with his wife for some reason, and they're leaving the daughter at home alone with two boys, which I thought was funny, because you're going to leave your gorgeous teenage daughter home alone with two
With
young
a couple
men.
of fuck dudes.
Oh, yeah, they were all about it. She gets kidnapped, and then they find her dead. And then Nicolas Cage.
Well, there's a little time in between that.
And then
There's a lot of time.
There is a lot of time.
This movie does not lack for time. 98 minutes.
That's
38 minutes more than an hour.
So
That is 8 more minutes than an hour and a half.
Nicolas Cage's answer is to just randomly start killing drug dealers and mob types for just no reason. So Nicolas Cage and his two older friends just they show up at drug warehouses, kill everyone there, ask, "Who killed my daughter?"
But to dead bodies, really.
And what's the what I thought was funny is like they didn't do any kind of reconnaissance or research. They just showed up at these places.
Is that why they retired from being bad guys?
Well, they were tired from being bad guys. It seemed that. So like the whole premise is 19 years before the start of the movie, Nicolas Cage and two of his friends robbed the Russian mob of their payroll.
Kane and Danny.
Kane and Danny and Nicolas Cage. And then blew up the car and all this other horse shit. And they stole the money and they split it up and then quit crime and they went legit.
Too legit to quit.
Except for Danny.
But they did quit though.
Except for Danny. Danny didn't go legit.
Oh yeah, he still worked for O'Connell.
Yeah, he killed
Who was the
Danny.
guy in the wheelchair?
Yeah, he killed Danny for no reason.
Who is the guy who's hacking people up in Fargo, and the guy who what was it?
He's a nihilist in
The Big Lebowski.
the Coen brothers love him.
That guy. He was in a wheelchair, had a thick beard, long hair. He was a dick. His legs kind of worked, but he was in a wheelchair.
He was Flintstone in it.
Yeah, he was. All right, so what are we talking about?
They killed a bunch of people. Demand to know who killed his daughter. No one knows. And yeah.
No one knows nothing in this
So the
goddamn
Russians,
movie.
the Russians get mad that they're killing all their guys. So they take Kane hostage.
Well, let's just go. Hold on one second. Let's back up the plot trolley for a second. You know what? I'm really embarrassed what I just did. I just refurbished a home improvement joke.
If you didn't say anything, you would have got away with it.
I know, but I felt bad. I should feel bad, right? Anyway,
I don't think I'm gonna look at you for the rest of the review. So anyway,
what was I saying?
I don't even think you're here anymore. You're dead to me.
I'm still a person. So, all the methods that they used to find out where she was, which none of them worked.
They were kicking in the door and shooting everybody. That was the method.
No, yeah, but wait. There's a couple things they did that I thought were choice. Like, they burst into a random crackhead that was like a CI to a criminal.
Yeah.
And
What's a CI?
Oh, a criminal informant.
Thank you.
For a police officer, I'm sorry. And to get him talking, they took his girlfriend, tied a rope around her neck, and then tied the other end to a cinder block. And then they decided, it felt like 20 minutes of him begging that he loved her.
Please don't do this, please. He throws the rope. He throws the cinder block out the window, and he yokes the girl back like 20 feet, like the thing weighs 1,000,000 pounds.
Like if you were stretching out a Stretch Armstrong and then let go.
Yeah, it's
and then hit the wall,
and
like
it's
exactly like that. And then he was like, "All right."
Oh, I guess you don't know who killed her, and they let him go.
And then everyone else, they went, "You know what? We shouldn't even ask questions. You know what? This is what I really felt like they thought. We shouldn't ask questions. We should just go in there.
We'll just
we should
them all
shoot everyone.
and let God sort them out.
Yeah. Who cares who got her? We'll shoot them, then ask questions. That's what we do.
If you kill everyone, you will kill the kidnapper.
You're right. That is what Sherlock Holmes always said. If you can't find it out who did it, kill everyone. Right?
That was something.
Sherlock Holmes said that, I swear to God. Or something of that ilk.
Oh, lordy lord.
Something of that ilk. If you can't do the crime, don't pay the time. Sherlock Holmes. The movie was really hard to follow.
Each time they introduce a new character, they kill him pretty quick.
You don't care about any of the relationships between any of the characters. And they're doing stuff for a long time. They're looking... It's like when your buddy loses his keys and you're trying to help him find it. Or like his dog got out. And you're out looking everywhere for him. In real time, somebody filmed that and you're watching that. That's what it feels like. The whole movie.
Am I supposed to be saying something?
Whenever you want.
Oh.
If you got shit to say, say it.
It's your turn.
No, not really.
No, now it is.
It is. Now it's your turn. You spoke up. It's your turn. Go ahead. What do you got?
Nothing. The movie was pretty boring.
Well, don't tell us. We know that.
Yes.
Tell the people in
What about these fine
internet
folks?
land.
What about these fine folks?
It was boring. That's all I got. It was
Tell us something.
boring.
All right. I'm gonna ask you 5 questions.
Who's your favorite character?
No, hold on. Now it's time for 5 questions with Basilia. All right. First question. Your favorite scene?
I think him killing his friend by cutting him in the stomach.
Cutting him in the stomach.
Well, with the knife.
When he killed Donnie?
I don't
Donnie?
remember his name.
Was
Danny?
it Donnie or Danny?
Danny?
Number 2. Why was that your favorite scene?
Oh, it was emotional.
Third question. Third question. What do you mean by that?
They're supposed to be best friends, and the guy betrayed him because he was an idiot. So he didn't like really mean to, but he still needed to be punished for his crime.
No, but see, that's the real shit of the thing. Is before you ask your question, the movie fucked up. Because it made you think that that guy fucked up, but he didn't. Nobody asked those questions. He never spilled the beans. Never once did he spill his guts, but he killed him anyway.
Question number 4.
That movie.
Question number 4, Basilia.
Oh, jeez.
Who is your favorite character?
I don't think I had one.
You gotta pick one.
One.
Which character
Really?
did you hate the least?
I'm
Surprised,
you want
I'm
me to list
surprised
some
you
of the
didn't
characters?
say Danny Glover.
If you say Danny Glover now, you're in trouble.
No, what was the
Was it Whiny Sheriff?
Was it Kane?
black guy? The,
Danny Glover?
Oh, is that him?
Yep.
Oh shit!
The old guy?
I didn't know. That's so funny. No, I didn't know.
Oh, I'm getting too old for this shit.
All right. Question number 5. Who did you think Danny Glover was?
I don't know, some white guy. Some like white lady guy.
And there you had it. This has been this review's 5 questions with Basilia.
Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil.
I will fear no
I will
questions.
fear the rage. They should have called this movie Apathy, because I really could not care about this fucking movie.
We're hitting right now. We're gonna hit a spoiler alert.
Yeah,
You know why? Because guess who did it? One of the friends.
At the
Remember in the
very
beginning where they had when she was left home with the 2 friends, and remember that he interrogated the friend. Only one friend, not the other one.
No,
though.
we didn't talk about that.
Oh, we didn't.
Nope.
You don't remember that.
We don't. You don't remember that because we didn't tell you.
Don't worry, I didn't wipe it from your mind. You just didn't memory that yet.
We just suck.
Anyway.
So when the daughter first died, he showed up at one of the kids' houses, which is funny because I don't think I'd let someone talk to my kid alone in circumstances like that.
Oh yeah, if my kid was with somebody's daughter that died and their dad wants to talk,
No, 'cause
it's
he's
gonna get emotional.
Oh yeah, and he's gonna accuse your kid of shit, and fuck that. And what if he gets mad and starts trying to lay hands on your kid?
I know. So spoiler alert: one of the kids.
It was the kid he talked to actually.
They were playing with guns that they found because they're like, oh, we heard your dad is this fucking gangster, and she's like, no.
He keeps guns loaded.
He went out in the yard in some of the greatest acting I've ever seen in my life. He was standing there pointing a gun like he was pointing a gun. She tapped him on the shoulder, and he thought she was a criminal and shot him shot her right in the head.
Right in the head.
You know, because that beautiful girl and his other friend weren't right there with him too, right?
But they were drinking, and the gun was just so cool. And why wouldn't you have just come clean?
I don't know. Would you have come clean?
Yeah, it just ain't
If you
worth
shot
it.
Basilia, would you tell me?
Yeah? It's gonna fucking come out anyway, ain't it?
Yeah, you're right. So,
I
what we
don't know
find
what
out
else to
is that
say.
the movie... Well, I'm wrapping it up right now. This is me wrapping it up.
Like a condom.
Like a condom. Wrapping it up like prom night. No, it's off like a prom dress. Never mind. We're off like a prom dress on like a condom on prom night. And what we learned is that if you just tell the truth, people will not start a war with the Russian mob.
I learned that if you leave 2 teenage boys home alone with a gorgeous teenage girl,
They're gonna shoot her.
no sex will happen.
And they'll shoot her.
Yeah, and the whole time I'm sitting there with these kids and they're not like hitting on her and shit, and I'd be telling her anything I thought would work to get in her pants at that age. And
I don't know.
What did you learn?
come on,
What did you learn?
come on.
Well, we heard what I learned.
Jeez. I didn't know I was gonna be asked.
I didn't know. I thought you said I didn't know it was gonna be ass. The movie looked great.
So, Basilia, again,
I
what?
didn't learn anything. Isn't that possible? You know, not learning anything.
I think if you put your heart to it, anything is possible.
Okay.
And I think that's what you learned. I think you learned that anything is possible with Nicolas Cage.
Alright, I'll go with that.
Now it's time for...
Oh, what a wet blanket. What a wet blanket.
Well, I didn't want to be in the Sorry, Bubba.
So people do reviews with us, right?
No, I didn't want to.
And they're always terrible.
And they're always terrible. You have them in your home. You
Now
tell them
we're
to come
reviewing
in.
I live here.
We always... Not anymore. Get out.
We rate the movie based on, what are we based it on? Behind Enemy Lines, Colombia, the most boring movie we've ever seen.
I think instead of calling this movie Rage, which is a movie that has a lot of potency and a lot of fucking energy, they should have called this movie Apathy. Because I couldn't get up the energy to care about the plot. I couldn't get up any energy to care about the characters. I cared about nobody's plight. Nothing in this movie was good. The action was horrible. The camera angles were terrible. The jump cuts, they snapped my fucking neck. The music, I can't remember a single note. And that was about as real a review as I'm going to give you.
So how many Enemy Behind the Gates, Colombia?
None. I can't give any. Zero. I give this movie zero energy. I call this movie Apathy. I feel sad. I just want it to be over. It's like watching a favorite grandpa die from cancer for a year, and you just want his suffering to be over.
I would have called this movie, just so everyone knows, Nic Cage is not Elvis Presley, which is something we didn't touch on. And I'm going to go into it with my review. He's obsessed with Elvis. It says so on Wikipedia.
It showed in his performance.
But every time I watch something that Nic Cage is in, I see him try to emulate a bit of Elvis, especially Elvis from the movies.
In this movie, it was the sneer. He curled his lip a lot.
Basilia?
What, the rating?
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess.
What do you rate that burp? It tasted like pizza.
That's your rating?
Yeah. Pizza burp.
I didn't taste it, no rating.
You have?
Oh, I will not taste.
You can't.
No, I rate it, will not taste.
Yeah, I heard the longing in your voice. I cannot taste it.
So you're really Jay Prescomping this whole thing up.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, snap, son. Oh, snap, son. Oh, the pressure is mounting.
I don't know, 2?
To what?
Enemy Behind the Lines. I don't know.
Colombia or regular?
Yeah, Colombia.
Okay, you're wrong because it's Behind Enemy Lines, Colombia. She loses
Yeah, but
the whole review.
I can't get the fucking title of that
Me
movie
neither.
right to
I
save
keep calling
my
it
life.
Enemy at the Gates.
Behind Enemy Gates at Columbia Lines.
Alright, so let's review. This movie's terrible. It's really boring, and it's nonsense. You're not going to like
I
it.
just couldn't care.
If you like Nic Cage movies, you'll love this. If not, you're going to hate it.
No, there's not even really anything to hate in this movie. I don't want to use that word hate.
What? I hated all of it.
How can you hate this movie? How can you bring up the energy to feel anything? I'm just so dead inside. I think I'm gonna go cut myself just so I feel something. Thanks, Rage.
I wonder what that other movie that the
Sweet,
guy
I
directed is about.
got a knife right here. We can make this shit happen. What do you think, Lenny? What's it smell like?
It actually smells kind of good.
Yeah, I drank.
It smells like
What I gotta do? Gotta kill this guy after his daughter's dead? I have to kill him?
Kill him! I'm gonna fuck him in the ass so hard an air bubble's gonna go into his heart and he's gonna die!
The bends from Break?
Yeah, sorry, Mike.
Why did I get hurt? I'm not there.
I didn't mean
I
that.
wouldn't have been there.
I didn't mean that. I got intense with my fuck death fantasy.
Wow.
Embolism.